Hello and welcome to Chef Carter's Cooking Corner. So we have a special Chef Carter's Cooking Corner today. We are honoring a local farmer who goes by Farmer Brad. He is also a YouTuber. You've seen him on my show at least once, and that was when I was at the farmer's market. So I have one of his chickens that I'm going to be cooking today, and I'm going to butterfly it and put on my special sauce. It's a lemon citrusy sauce with seasoning salt and maple syrup. And it's also the maple syrup that's made right here in Indiana. Okay, to get started, I'm going to zest 3 types of citrus. I have a lime, a lemon, and an orange. So I have this grater here. It's a fine grater. And I'm just gonna take a little of the zest of each off. And of course I've washed this fruit. Okay, so got that zested. Now the orange. You don't want to go into the pith. That's why I keep going a couple and then I look. Let's go ahead and start with the orange. So first you want to roll your citrus. And then cut it in half. Nice juicy juices. Get that. And then this one. And then we'll have all of our fruit juiced. Okay, so we want about a rough tablespoon of seasoning salt. And that's actually about 2 tablespoons. And then we want to add maple syrup, and this is Tree Hugger maple syrup. I met one of the owners at the farmer's market. All right, we need about a 1/4 cup of this. So it's a rough measurement. Let me see. Yeah. So that's about a 1/4 cup right there. All right. So now we're going to prepare the chicken. So this chicken I got from Farmer Brad. It's a beautiful chicken. And I opted for a small one this time. Let's go ahead and dry them off. So this was grown and processed here in the state of Indiana, and I like that it has like a nice shape and color here. All right, so what I'm going to do is butterfly this.
Hello, I'm Kenny Carter. I'm about to do this chicken spatchcock style. Alright, we're going to pour the blood off. Okay, basically You want to cut this backbone of the chicken out first.
So what do you think about the quality of that chicken?
Looks like a pretty good chicken.
It's amazing. So you can save that. That can go on my bag of bones.
Bag of bones.
Yeah, I'm saving up bones.
Okay, we want to flip the chicken over. Take your hand like this, put your palm down on the chicken, another hand, give it a push, and you hear a little crack. Then spread your chicken out a little bit like this. This will help your chicken cook more evenly, and it actually cook faster too. There we go.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is right here, see, here are the wings, and there is a little spot right here, and it also helps to just do a little slit right there, about 1/4 of an inch deep, and that will help the chicken to lay flat. So that's what you want. This is called butterflies. So I've just butterflied my chicken, and what this will do is it will help the chicken stay moist. All right, so I got my marinade here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour a little bit of it in here, and I want to reserve it because I don't want raw chicken to be in all of the marinade. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just take a paper towel. You can use a brush for this as well. I'm just going to go all over the chicken. Actually, I'm going to flip the chicken over and do the other side as well. Make sure all that marinade is all over. It's our seasoning. Put some inside the skin if you can. That will help moisturize that breast. All right, so now this is going to go into a 425-degree oven for about 45 minutes, and then we'll check the temperature. I'll be right back. All right, so I brought my marinade to a boil. So what I'm going to do is add about a tablespoon of cornstarch to what I reserved here, and mix that up. So let me get the whisk. Make sure we don't have any lumps. All right, so then I'm going to pour that in there to finish up the sauce. So you let this cook until it gets clear. my chicken is out of the oven. And when you do this at home, do make sure that a thermometer reads 165 inserted in the thigh. So while we're waiting for this to rest, let's go over to Farmer Brad and he'll tell you about his chickens.
Hello. I raise pasture poultry out on grass in movable chicken coops called chicken tractors, and I feed the chickens non-GMO, and one of my goals is to provide healthy chicken options here for the Wayne County area. I also do offer chicken rental packages where people can choose between 3 or 6 month chicken rentals. I provide the chickens, the coops, everything, and then at the end of the time of the rental they can do a buyout option and keep everything. So it's a good way for people to see whether or not chickens are a good fit for them, and then they get fresh eggs in their backyard.
Nice. That, you know, they're not familiar with it.
Yeah.
So that's good. They can try it out to see if they're, how it goes. Yeah.
And then this is some of the chickens in one of my chicken tractors.
Yeah. And the chickens, they're handled very humanely. I've noticed that on your channel.
Yeah.
And so they get fresh grass. You move, how often do you move it over?
I end up moving them about every day or every other day once they're out on pasture. It just really depends. When they're smaller, they don't eat all the grass, and so just to help with manure distribution on the pasture, I monitor that. And then they're in the brooder area, which is where they're protected, growing out their feathers, and then once they get their feathers for about 2 to 3 weeks, then I move them out on pasture for the remaining time. It takes about 8 to 9 weeks for the chickens to mature for processing, and I get them processed at a state inspected facility just south of Hagerstown.
Oh, nice. Yeah, and it's actually safer for them to be in, what did you call that device?
Oh, it's a movable chicken coop, which is called a chicken tractor. This is one of the larger ones that I built. It's 10 foot by 20 foot. This year I went with chicken tractors that I could just move myself. That way I don't have to fire up the tractor in order to move them. So I have 3 chicken tractors that I'm able to pull myself around.
Yeah, and it also keeps them safe from the coyotes.
Yeah. I also have a livestock guardian dog that keeps an eye on the sheep. And since I've gotten him, I haven't seen any raccoons or skunks or other varmints that might try to kill my chickens.
Wow.
Some money, so I'm starting out with Cornish Cross. They are fast growing, but I get them from Cackle Hatchery out of Missouri, so they are shipped via the post office. And then once I get them, they're raised locally and processed locally.
Okay. Okay. So also while he's at the farmer's market, you can buy this.
Yeah, I have leg quarters, I have chicken gizzards, chicken livers, chicken hearts, chicken wings, skinless, boneless chicken breasts, whole chicken cut up, and leg quarters. During the month of July, I'm not raising any birds, but I'll start it back up beginning of August, and then 8 to 9 weeks after that, then I'll have more inventory.
Okay, great.
Okay. Now that the chicken has rested, I'm going to use 2 forks to move it over to a plate. Try not to get the rinds. We're pretty much done with these. So let me get this out of the way. All right. So now that our chicken is done, it's time to cut it into serving sizes. So what I like to do first is I cut it in half. Right in the middle of the breast. So you'll have to go through that breastbone. Okay. Alright, so I'm through the breastbone now. And then what I want to do is cut, separate the leg and thigh from the breast and wing. So with a chicken this small, it serves 4. So just cut right down through there. This chicken is so moist. So we'll do the same thing here. And it separates so easily. See that? Alright, so now let me get a piece to taste. Put a little sauce on the plate. And then bring the chicken breast over, breast. Yummy, yummy, white meat. I like dark as well. And this sauce is so yummy. I think I'm gonna get a little bit more. And you can pour it right on top. But just a little, because it is a little salty, the sauce is. Alright. So this is very, very yummy. Thank you for joining me for Chef Carter's Cooking Corner. I'll see you next time.